Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Navi back again. Let me greet everybody real quick. Havorten hadugu dog ola oi to the bang versus los. Bonjour mes amis, keda bawani konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama, sani bonani, jamba horbagani. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. Okay, y'all, the basis of this right here, what's going on right here. And y'all must understand this. All right. Any Afro people voting for the Dems, we have to question, especially the old people that have sold us down the river. All right. And I'm talking about on major, the major candidates. Now you might have your school district, somebody who's done good in the neighborhood, but on a major level, when you're talking about any governor, senator position, or anything like that, this is some stuff that is getting crazy. I kept saying that Trump would be the best thing for the United States, but not for the reasons that people thought. I told y'all in the beginning that the Trump election was going to expose this country for who they really are. And primarily the Democrats for who they really are. People didn't understand me, or people didn't want to understand me. Because, that comfort thing. Even though they had nothing, they were comfortable with having nothing. And it's because, they didn't care about the injustices done to others so long as it wasn't done to them. And then when it was finally done to them, then they wanted people to act, but nobody acted to stop it before it had a chance to bud into a large, dangerous weed. I kept telling you that the Democrats care nothing about righteousness. They care nothing about the legal system. They care nothing about the rights of people. They really don't. And this is proof of it. All right. Now, I want y'all to grasp what's really going on here. I want y'all to really understand this particular story right here. And again, because there ain't no booty shaking in it, it's probably not going to get shared by a lot of these Negropeans and Negropean chasers. But nevertheless, for you awakened brothers, you need to share this. This is what's happening. The New York Democrats decided to create a law. So they're creating a law to actually break another law. And the law that they're breaking is the law that says you can't just create a law to specifically target a particular person. The Democrats don't like Trump. They don't, and the main reason they don't like him is because he beat Hillary. That was their gal. Understand this. All right. So what they are deciding to do is, when Trump is standing for his rights as a citizen of the United States, the Democrats are looking for ways to usurp the rights of a citizen because that citizen won an election that they felt entitled to. I want y'all to understand this. Why have I been so adamant about pointing out what the Democrats are doing? Because when I was pointing out the stuff that the Republicans were doing when they were in power, what I saw them do is wait for an opening and then pounce. They waited for you to do anything wrong, then they pounced and exploited that and stuff. But you had to do something wrong first, right? Like Clinton, when he was being serviced by Monica Lewinsky, right? So they got him red-handed. But the problem is they had a bunch of other senators that was getting serviced too, and they lost their jobs. Clinton stood for himself, and I was against what the Republicans were doing because we thought, hey, All right, it ain't like treason like his wife did. You see what I'm saying? So there was a thing. All right. And a lot of men stood up for Clinton because we was like, okay, wait a minute. Two adults, really? And this is all y'all can find from the Clintons. This is it, right? And so people stood up for him, and that's what made him really popular because he stood up to the Republicans for using such a menial thing to go after a president. This is far more wicked. And I want y'all to pay attention. This is far more wicked. We are talking wickedness. Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York, crafted a law to help the Democrats get around Trump's rights as a citizen to not have them looking and scouring all over his tax returns. Because tax returns are a private thing, and it's nobody's business. No one is entitled to look over your tax return except the people that's making sure you did it right. That is a very private entity. And you don't owe anybody the view of your tax returns. It should be illegal for anybody to request them. All right? But apartment complexes and places like that do it all the time. And that should be illegal. You could tell them no. You can give them pay stubs and that's it. So let's look at what happened. Hey, let's get them thumbs up to donate. My PayPal me link is in the description box along with my email. Take care of yourself and family first. And don't forget to click that bell. All right? So let's roll. In Albany, New York, President Donald Trump's New York state tax returns could be given to Congress under a new law in his home state that the Democratic governor signed Monday. So they created a law to usurp another law to give political ammunition to their counterparts in the federal government. All right. Oh, this is just wrong on so many levels. So the state is giving a way for the feds to get around laws to target a particular singular human being in the guise that we're going to target everybody, knowing that when they crafted this law, it was specifically to get after one individual that's a citizen. And they used their office to do that. The measure signed by Governor Andrew Cuomo directs the state tax officials to share state returns of certain, get this, of certain elected and appointed officials upon written request from the chairpersons of one of three committees: House Ways and Means, Senate Finance, or a joint committee on taxation. What they did is illegally, by illegal means, using their political office to harass and attack a specific individual by creating a law to pursue that harassment tactic or that attack on this particular individual who just happens to be the president of the United States. Right? Designed to give Congress a way around the Republican president's refusal to release his returns. What was it? They crafted a law designed to give Congress a way around so that he legally, any president legally do not have to hand over anything. And remember, Trump is not a politician, he's a businessman. So he don't want them all up in his business, learning his secrets of negotiating this, that, and the other. They're after a whole lot of things in order to crush this man. And any Afro people should be upset at what they're seeing, because what they're doing to him is what they've been doing to us. And if they do it to another Caucasian guy that's the president of the United States, what do you think they're going to do to you after they get done with him? They designed, think about it, Jim Crow. They designed these laws to give Congress a way around the Republican president's refusal to release his returns. The new law is expected to face legal challenges, and it's unclear whether Congress will request access to Trump's state returns, which tax experts say would include many of the same details as his federal returns. So how do they go after the state return? They go after the federal return. Now we have here Senator Brad Hoylman. All right, I put him in here. All these co-signers and stuff, all these Democrats that's coming before it. You need to see their faces to know who the people are that care nothing about your rights as citizens. If you do something they don't like, they will use their political power to destroy you or try to destroy you. And because they could create and write laws, they could specifically write a law to get at any other individual in the United States. This proves that there is nothing to stop them from doing that. And we don't know how many people they've done this to already that are just regular citizens. No one person, no matter what office they might hold, is above the law, said Senator Brad Hoylman. That's why I put him up there. A Manhattan Democrat and the state sponsor, the Senate sponsor of the legislation, so he sponsored it. All sides expect a legal challenge and request for injunctions, meaning that many months before any state tax return handed over, the White House did not return a message. Okay, the White House did not return a message commenting Monday on the law. I want you to understand. When he said no one person matters, they lied. Trump has long filed taxes in New York as a resident of the state, and he is the first president since Watergate to decline to make his returns public, often claiming that he would release them if he were not in the audit. The president has not weighed in on a new law, but repeatedly accused the New York Democrats of using their positions to harass him and his allies. Republican state lawmakers say that their concerns about the new law go far beyond Trump, arguing that many officials from New York could be targeted. Now, remember, he says no one person is above the law. They lied, because at no point did they decide to go after any illegal stuff, from the wiping of the emails off of a server that she had that was illegal, to all the illegal going on things that Hillary did. So apparently, no one is above the law unless they're Democrats. You see how that works? All right. He says we're going to let them, political hats, decide whether they want to evade your privacy. Senator Andrew Lanza, Republican of Staten Island, said during a floor debate on the bill. Today is because you're a Democrat. Tomorrow is because you're a Republican. The next day is because you want to run for Congress. Democrats are eager to get a hold of the returns, which could reveal details about his businesses during his dealings, his debts, international financial ties. If Congress requests and obtains Trump's tax returns, that doesn't mean the public gets to see them. Under federal law, the confidential information in the returns is supposed to be for the committee's eyes only. I want y'all to understand what just happened here. What's going on here is these laws that Senator Brad Hoylman crafted along with some other Democrats, but he's the main one, were very thought out to go after a particular person because they are upset he got elected fair and square, did the work, had the crowds. But I want y'all to understand something. They're looking for ammo to use against the person. They crafted it that even we couldn't see it, so they cannot be made public. And we'll get to that in a minute. All right. I want y'all to understand how sinister that really is. These people specifically went after a way to get information in order to cause harm to people. This is what the Democrats are doing. So imagine all the laws that they had created saying that they're helping us, the indigenous folks. And all the while they were robbing us of our identity, of everything. And remember, it's these same Democrats. And then they gave us stuff that was actually poison to us. But they knew it. But our mama black didn't. Or did they? See, it don't matter because they always buy out a few to destroy the many. This starts with Trump, but how many people know is going to end up to happening to regular citizens, and other states are going to pick this up. I want y'all to understand something. You got these groups like the LGBT community, this group Stand Up America and stuff. They mobilize to get things done that are detrimental to the rest of the population, but they don't care about other people. All they care about is themselves and their feelings, right? This group called Stand Up America. And really, America should be standing against this group and the Democrats. See, because the thing that I was upset about the Democrats was how wicked I saw things happening, how wicked they've been, especially towards us, the Afro-Indigenous people of this land. All right. The problem is they do this is because many other Afro people and black people are brainwashed. And many black people aren't going to watch videos like this to get themselves educated. But it's up to us and people watching this to share this video to make sure Afro people get educated. This is sinister. Everybody should be worried, no matter what party you stand for. This is wickedness beyond wickedness. All right, this is. Dr. King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. All right. And the burning house was the American dream, so called. All right. And this is basically it. Read these signs here. And from out of the frying pan into a burning house, that is very significant here because that's kind of where we are. We are in a spot, and he says, America has failed to hear that the large segment of white society are more concerned about tranquility and the status quo than about justice and humanity. Right? But that's not just them. That's the black people too. And that's why we as Afro people were in the frying pan, and that thing is on fire and smoking. And we've gone from there straight into a burning house. And while in the burning house, you have the B-films hitting that wall. You have the rest of the community being destroyed because they are supporting those who are destroying us. With that said, I'm out.